Hello fellow crocheters, this is Jan with Jack and Jan. Thank you so much for stopping by today. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do our 4x4 gauge swatch for our Detroit pattern. This is the gauge swatch video, and we do have another video that we've done that will show how to carry yarn with this particular pattern. So thank you so much for buying the pattern. We absolutely love this piece. It's very unique, and I know that when you're done with it, you're just going to love your sweater poncho. So what we've done here, in order to create our 4x4, is we have determined that you have to chain 11 on the first row. And then, chain 9. Please forgive me. It's chain 9, ladies and gentlemen, chain 9. And it's 8 stitches across, and that will give you 4 across. And then it's 2 rows to 1 inch. So we need to have 8 rows in order to get us up to that 4x4 level. So what this is, according to the pattern, is it's a really simple pattern, but it creates this really a nice detail. And some people call this also a moss stitch. I've seen a version of this called the moss stitch. But it's a very basic stitch, but when it's done with 2 colors carrying like we do in the Detroit Poncho, you'll actually create what looks like a houndstooth stitch, which is really fascinating. And there's various ways to make the houndstooth, but this is the way we do it. We like it. It's simple. We try to keep things simple here. So our first stitch is a single crochet. Our second is a double. Our third is a single. Excuse me, sorry about that, lost my yarn there. Our fourth, a double. So what we're doing here is we're just doing single, double, single, double. And when I do this stitch, I count to myself 1, 2, 1, 2, and I know that 1 is a single and 2 is a double. And that way I don't lose, I don't lose track of what I'm doing. And then the last stitch, we've got to do a double. So we started out with a single, and now as you can see we need 1 more row to get to that 4-inch height. So we've got 8 across, and we've got 2 rows or 8 rows up. So that's pretty easy to remember, isn't it? Now we ended with, the whole premise of this stitch is the row on top of it is opposite the row below it. So we ended with a double crochet. So what we're going to start with now on our last row, on our 8th row, is we're going to start with a single because we ended with a double. So we just chain 1. So we're going to do a single, a double, a single, double, single, double, single, double. And this is our 4x4 gauge swatch. So we've got 8 stitches across, 8 rows up, and that gives us a nice 4x4 piece. And you can see the texture here. It's very cool. I like this stitch even in a single color like we've got here, and this is a latte. So again, it's just single, double, then the next row is opposite. So the single goes into the double, and the double goes into the single. And we've got 8 by 8. Thanks for stopping by, and enjoy your Detroit poncho. Happy crocheting!